everybody wants to have their own business. What can you say about that if an agent wants to start his own business?
You know what really, really annoys me? Actually, it happened today as well.
Okay.
Good that I spent time in the office.
Live example. All right, let's hear that.
An agent closes commission, right? So today I passed a really good lead to one of my brokers. That came from Instagram, actually, like a really good lead. And I said, oh, how did it go? And he's like, yeah, great. I said, what referral am I getting? As a joke. And he goes like, well, you take 50% anyways. That's your referral. And for me, that makes me so mad because I'm like, no, the 50% is just going to pay the company expenses. So what you have to remember is that business owners do not take the 50%. They have all the overheads to pay for.
For sure.
And most of the companies, I think, have 10 to 20% profit margin. So what was I saying? Yeah, so don't think that it's that easy, that you're a business owner and that's it. You're just going to keep all your commission. There's a lot of headaches. There's a lot of investment that goes into it, especially if you want to scale. So what was your question? What advice would you give?
What if someone wants to open their own business? What would you...
keep in mind that you will be... When I first started in real estate, I was a broker as well because I had a small team. I didn't have to be in the office all the time. So I was closing my deals. But then as soon as the team became 20 agents, I couldn't deal with the clients anymore.
True.
So... so keep in mind, if you are going to start to manage a team, it will be very difficult for you to also close your own deals. And then you have to figure out what's going to bring you more money, basically.
For sure.
Managing a team or just closing your own deals. So sometimes being a broker in a company is much less headache and more money than running your own business.
I agree with you. I had started my own shop back in 2008 as well. Mm-hmm. And I shut shop in about 6 to 8 months. And this is... probably after a good 10, 15 years that in August last year, I opened up my own license once again because I know what goes behind. I mean, it's not easy to run shop. It may look all...
glamorous.
Yeah, all gold and diamonds, but it ain't. It ain't. Your costs are high as hell. So, okay, that's interesting
sometimes, many times actually when the market wasn't this booming and when sometimes you don't break even. Sometimes you lose money, right?
For sure.
And then you see like the agents making huge amounts of money. Like, the good ones are always making money, Many times I thought, should I just be a broker again? And I'm sure like you did.
Because rent is always due.
Yeah.
At Salat and Diwa need to be paid. Due, exactly. Salaries have to be paid. There are a lot of costs involved that not a lot of people understand. I am seeing it once again while I'm setting up my shop.
And the extra things that distract you from selling. That go into running of your own business.
That is why I'm trying to keep my team as small as possible. I can focus on what I do. So I generate the income, of course. Hopefully one day I reach your level and the other guys' level as well. But at the moment, I'm just keeping it simple, focusing on this and then keeping my business on at the same time. Like you said, once your team grows to over 10, 20 agents, it becomes difficult to manage.
I think it's impossible.
In your opinion, what would you say is the future of the secondary market and why did you choose to focus on the secondary over anything else?
Well, prior to 2008, of course, there was mostly off-plan market.
There was only off-plan,
I think there was only JBR to sell or something like that. But then when the 2008 crash happened, there was actually no off-plan.
Correct.
So when I entered Dubai real estate, it was secondary. It was mostly rentals because market was, people were scared to invest.
Dubizzle.
Yes.
Dubizzle days. I remember those days so well.
Yeah, and people were selling... credit notes in developers' offices.
Nakheel especially.
So that's all. There was mostly rentals, credit notes, and that's it. So I had no choice of off-plan. And that's how we grew the team from doing secondary market. So I didn't really choose it. It chose me. But the future of secondary, come on. This is the future. It's the present, it's the future, because that's what people want. Off-plan, it's a lot of investors, right? Or perhaps, people want to have a payment plan for a future bigger house. But right here, right now, if somebody needs a place to live, it's ready properties.
For sure.
So I think the future, it's actually going to grow much more because there's more developments handing over.
Very soon.
Yeah, so even I know you do a lot of in Shobak Heartland. There's going to be so many units handing over, villas, etc. So Arabian Ranches 3, so many communities. So I think secondary market is just going to grow and grow. What do you think?
I think so, yeah, for sure. I mean, this wave is not going to stay forever.
Which one? Like
The wave of the off-plan
yeah.
buyers. I mean, it's not something that's permanent. I mean, yeah, we're all jumping around, flying high, enjoying our stuff every day, but eventually land's going to become scarce. People are going to move to the resale market. And then you're going to have to go further out of Dubai. And that's not a product I like to sell personally. So, yeah, secondary market probably is a good thing that agents should tap onto and have something on the side as well.
For sure.
Yeah, even I tell a lot of people that, hey, whatever you sell to your investor, build your rapport with them in such a manner that tomorrow when they want to resell or they want to rent it out, you're the first number that comes to their mind. They call you so that you can manage their property, and then you have another source of income.
And imagine what a lot of these new agents are doing. They're promising the client that they will be able to resell the unit they just bought with 30% premium, that they're going to be able to rent it with 15% annual rent return, etc. And what happens after when the client actually says, okay, resell it for me? And they're like, uh-oh, cannot. And then these clients really lose reputation. And I know agencies here in Dubai who have lost their reputation because of such things. I would never, ever, ever promise to my client that they will make profit on a property. All I can tell them right now is that this is a good deal.
It is a good deal. And a good
compared
time.
to the market value, the transactions. And yes, Dubai is in an upward market. But I always say I cannot promise you what will happen in a year. Because I've seen it happen in 2008.
For sure.
So I think what's most important about real estate is not the short-term gains of flipping it with a 30% premium. Real estate is a long-term investment.
For sure.
You have to look at it from a way that when it's handed over, it's in a good location, you'll be able to rent it and you'll be able to resell it. Not necessarily with the profit, but at least to resell it, and it's going to be in demand.
I think at the end of the day, what's important is that your property generates cash flow even in a bad market. And that's the right kind of properties that one should consider rather than just going in for the quick flip.
100%.
I think I even made a piece of content about it.
Tell me. Are you going to find it now?
About the whole 40% profit. And you can buy it and you can flip it. And I know I got a lot of beef for it, but, I don't really care. So
I don't think, if it's not in the contract that they're guaranteeing this kind of return, sometimes there's, I think there was 5 or 7, something they guarantee, the rental return dukes. That's in the contract. But
correct.
How can an agent guarantee anything?
Can't guarantee.
Who's been in Dubai for 2 months?
I'm glad you pinpointed that out. Let's see, where are we? Let's say there's a new agent in the secondary market who wants to get into the secondary market. What are the basics that you can tell him or her that he should start with?
Find an area that you're truly passionate about, that you do love, because I think it's much easier to sell something when you're passionate about it and you truly believe in an area. But at the same time, I have a lot of brokers who are totally new to Dubai come and say, I'm passionate about the luxury market. I want to be selling these $10 million villas, $70 million. Yeah, I want to be selling those too. But I think the brokers who are in the luxury market, they've taken also a long time to grow their name here.
Of course.
And clients who are selling these 70, 100 million dirham properties already, have a network of brokers who have a track record of what they've sold.
For sure.
So to anybody new in the market, start small. Gain the trust of people. Because maybe you will sell a 1-bedroom in JLT, as an example, for 700K. You don't know what else that landlord has.
True.
As soon as you prove yourself, as I said, just start building your network, even from small steps. My first deal in Dubai real estate, well, after 2008, the first one was big, it was Palm Jebel Ali. But after, when I came back after the crisis, was 1,500 dirhams commission.
True.
I was eager just to do any kind of deal. So I think any new broker in Dubai should just be eager to close a deal for the sake of closing a deal.
For sure.
So I always say, if you want to get a lot of leads, start with lower end communities. You will learn, you will build your network, and then start growing. That's my advice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, rentals is always good. You never know what that landlord has in his pocket, which he'll only expose once you've done 1 or 2 of his deals. And he says that, okay, this guy is doing a good job. You know what? Let me give him my 3rd apartment, my 4th villa, and my 5th unit. And you never know where you might end up.
I want to tell you a story about being ethical.
Please.
I was doing the calculations for commission, checking the calculations for commissions in the end of the month. And I saw that one deal that we booked on the board had 10,000 dirhams more. So I reach out to the account and I say, why is there 10,000 dirhams more? And he's like, the client made a mistake and just issued us 10,000 more. And so he was ready to pay like the 50-50 split with the broker. I said, this is not right. If the client has paid more, let's return the money. So I call the agent. I say, please return the money to him. And she's like, oh, what if he's going to get upset that we calculated it wrong or we accepted it? I said, no, the opposite. If you will return him the money, I was doing it for the right thing, but then he will actually be thankful to you. And guess what happened? She called. She says, so sorry, there was a mistake in your calculation. Where can we send the 10,000 dirhams back? Guess what he said?
Keep it.
No, he said, here, but this is why I respect you, because you're honest and trustworthy.
Ethical.
I want to buy something more. And just now he signed the contract for 12 million. Another property.
Amazing. Was it off plan or secondary?
We do secondary. But it's giving me goosebumps now. Secondary because commission.
It's nice.
And in my heart that time, I'm like, I cannot keep this money.
No, I mean, for sure. If you look at the smaller picture, that's all that's going to be in front of you all the time, right? Imagine. You have to look at the bigger picture. You have to be ethical. And you won that client for life.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking that far back. It's just like straight away when I saw it, I'm like, we have to return the money. And this is what happened.
You've got that client for life. Whatever it is that he wants or his circle wants is coming to Dacha. You know that.